At my daughter's graduation celebration, she declared, "My stepfather got me a car. My biological dad never did anything like that." I forced a smile and walked away. The next day, her college savings were gone, and the gifted car was taken back. My ex-wife has been calling relentlessly. "Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We're just kicking things off and your support is everything. If you like these stories, please think about subscribing to help us hit our first 1,000 followers. Thanks for joining us. Hey Reddit, this tale will likely make you livid before it turns satisfying. Stick with me here. My daughter Lily just finished high school last weekend. She's 18, top of her class, and earned a full academic scholarship to state college. I was bursting with pride as I drove to her graduation party at my ex-wife Laura's place. I never expected to be publicly humiliated in front of 50 people by the daughter I'd supported her whole life. Laura and I split when Lily was 7. We kept things amicable for Lily's sake, agreed on joint custody, and I relocated 20 minutes away. I never missed a weekend visit, Wednesday dinners, or a single child support payment in 11 years. When Laura married Tom 4 years ago, I thought it was great for Lily to have a stable household with 2 parents. Tom works in commercial insurance and acts like a high-flying CEO, constantly boasting on social media about his investments and deals, driving a leased Mercedes, and renting a home in the upscale part of town. But here's the kicker: Tom's good at earning money. He just burns through it faster, living paycheck to paycheck despite a solid income to keep up appearances. I didn't just cover child support, though. I'd been stashing money in a 529 college plan under my name since Lily was born. 18 years of deposits plus interest had grown to just over $91,000. Laura knew about it, Lily knew about it, and I'd always called it Lily's college fund. Legally, though, it was mine to control until I chose to release it. I also paid for Lily's car insurance, phone plan, half her dance classes, and school costs. When she wanted that pricey photography course in her junior year, I covered it. New laptop for classes, I got it. Senior trip to Chicago, I funded it. Whatever Lily needed, I provided, no hesitation. So I arrived at the graduation party with a high-end camera as a gift, since Lily had been talking about studying photography as a minor. The backyard was filled with her classmates, teachers, neighbors, and relatives. I was chatting with other parents, sipping a drink, everything felt fine. About an hour in, Tom stood up and clinked his glass with a spoon. The crowd hushed and gathered near the patio where he stood with Lily. "I want to thank you all for coming to celebrate Lily's amazing accomplishment," he began, his arm around her. "As her stepdad, I'm incredibly proud of the young woman she's become." He pulled out car keys and held them up. "Lily, these keys are for the brand new Toyota Corolla parked in the driveway. It's yours, honey." Lily squealed, hugged Tom, and bounced with excitement. Everyone clapped and cheered. I clapped too, though I was irritated that Tom hadn't mentioned such a major gift beforehand. Still, it was a nice gesture, and Lily deserved it. Then Lily took the microphone Tom had been using. "Thank you so much, Tom," she said, her voice echoing across the yard. "You know, growing up, I always wondered what it would be like to have a dad who truly cared about me." I started feeling uneasy, but I thought she was just caught up in the moment. "Someone who'd make big gestures and show me I was important," she went on, now looking directly at me. I got a sinking feeling. "My stepdad got me a car," she said, still staring at me. "My real dad never did anything like this. I guess now I know what it's like to have someone who actually wants to support my future." The party went silent. 50 people glanced between Lily and me. My cousin Mike looked ready to chuck his drink at someone. Some parents stared at the ground, clearly awkward. But Lily wasn't finished. She was on a roll, and I realized this wasn't spontaneous. "I just want to thank Tom for stepping up and being the father I never had," she said, "for caring enough to make sure I have what I need. It means the world to me." She handed the mic back to Tom, who stood there with a smug smirk. Laura wouldn't meet my eyes. She stared at her feet like she wanted to vanish. I knew exactly what had happened. Tom had spent the last year convincing Lily he was the real parent, that I was just some guy who showed up occasionally, and it had worked. I stood there for about 10 seconds, processing. 50 people had just heard my daughter declare that I'd never done anything for her, that her stepdad was better than me in every way. I could have caused a scene, listed everything I'd done for Lily over the years, reminded everyone about the college fund, the insurance, the phone bills, the countless school projects, and late-night drives to friends' houses. Instead, I smiled, walked over to Lily, and hugged her. "Congratulations, kiddo," I said. "I'm so proud of you." Then I left. No fuss, no shouting, no confrontation. I got in my car and drove home. On the drive, I kept replaying Lily's words about Tom investing in her future, caring enough to provide for her, and how I'd never done anything like that. When I got home, I sat at my desk and started making calls. The college fund was in my name, meaning I had full control over it. I'd always intended it for Lily's education, but legally it was mine to manage. I called my insurance company and arranged to remove Lily from my auto policy at the end of the month, then did the same with the phone company. If Tom was going to be her father figure, he could handle those expenses too. Monday morning, I moved the entire college fund balance to my personal investment account, $91,437. Then I started digging into Lily's new car because something about Tom's grand gesture felt off. After some research, I learned the truth. Tom hadn't bought Lily a car. He'd co-signed a loan with Lily as the primary borrower. The monthly payment was $340, and Lily had no job or income to cover it. Tom had apparently planned to cover the payments temporarily until Lily found part-time work, but the bank required proof of her ability to eventually take over. As her father, I was listed as a financial reference on the loan application. Tom had used my income and financial stability to help qualify Lily for the loan without telling me. When the bank called for routine verification, I told them the truth. I wouldn't be supporting Lily's expenses anymore, and Tom would be responsible. The bank got worried. An 18-year-old with no job, no credit, and no family backing was a major risk. They started pressing Tom about his ability to cover the payments long-term. Tom had told them he could manage temporarily, but when they asked for financial documents, things unraveled quickly. His debt-to-income ratio was already stretched thin from his lavish lifestyle. 2 weeks later, Lily's car was repossessed. The bank demanded either full payment or the return of the vehicle when Tom couldn't prove he could sustain the loan. Laura called me that afternoon, furious. "Lily's car was taken back," she said. "The bank says you told them you won't support her financially anymore." "That's right," I said. "Lily made it clear Tom's her real dad now. He's the one who invests in her future, makes big gestures, and cares about her, so I figured he should handle everything." "You're being absurd," Laura said. "She's 18. She said something careless in the heat of the moment." "Laura, Lily didn't say those things in the heat of the moment. She planned them. She looked right at me and told 50 people I'd never done anything for her, that Tom was the father I wasn't. So now Tom gets to be her father in every way." The line went quiet for a moment. "What about her college fund?" Laura asked, her voice softer. "What about it? She's counting on that for college costs her scholarship won't cover." "Then Tom needs to provide it. He's her dad now, right?" Laura hung up. The calls kept coming after that. Tom called that evening, fuming. "What did you tell the bank?" he demanded. "The truth," I said. "That Lily has a new dad now and he's responsible for her finances." "I never said I was replacing you as her dad," he said. "You didn't need to. You just stood there grinning while Lily said it, taking all the praise." "Look, I can't afford that car payment long-term," he admitted. "I was hoping Lily would get a job and take it over." "Then you shouldn't have co-signed for something you couldn't afford." "What about the college fund?" he asked. "She needs that money." "That's my money I was going to give Lily, but she made it clear she thinks I've never done anything for her. So why would I give it to her?" "This is crazy," Tom said. "You're punishing a kid for being grateful to her stepdad." "I'm not punishing anyone," I said. "I'm letting you be the dad Lily says she always wanted. You wanted the praise, now you get the responsibility." Tom hung up. Lily called the next day, sobbing. "Dad, why did you take my college money?" she asked. "Lily, you're 18. You stood up in front of everyone and said Tom was your real dad, that he invested in your future, that I'd never done anything for you." "But I didn't mean it like that," she said. "How did you mean it, Lily? You looked right at me when you said it. You weren't talking to Tom or your mom, you were talking to me. You made sure I heard every word." "I was just excited about the car," she said. "The car that got repossessed because Tom couldn't afford it." Lily went quiet. "Lily, do you get what happened? Tom made a big gesture with money he didn't have, using my financial stability to back your loan, then let you humiliate me in front of everyone. Now that there are consequences, he can't step up." "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "Lily, I've been hurt before. This isn't about my feelings. It's about you making a choice. You chose Tom as your dad. Now you live with that choice." "But what about college?" she asked. "Tom will figure it out. He's your dad now." She hung up. Over the next week, things got wild. Lily's friends started posting online about how unfair it was, calling me a terrible dad for abandoning my daughter. But my cousin Mike, who was at the party, shared the real story, how Lily had planned her words and looked right at me when she said them. Laura called me Friday night. Lily's working double shifts at the diner where she got a summer job, she said. She's trying to save for college expenses. Good for her, I said. Sounds like she's learning accountability. Tom says he can help with some costs, but not all of it, Laura said. How much can he help with? I asked. He's thinking maybe he can cover her books and supplies. So the guy who was going to invest in her future can manage maybe $2,000. I saved over $90,000 for Lily's future. Tom's offering textbooks. Do you see the difference? She made a mistake, Laura said, and now she's learning that mistakes have consequences. Tom called me Saturday, his tone completely different, less angry, more desperate. Look, he said, maybe we can work something out. Lily's really struggling with this college money situation. Tom, you told everyone at that party you were the one investing in Lily's future. You got her a car to prove it. So invest in her future. I can't come up with $90,000, he said. Then maybe you shouldn't have convinced Lily you were better than her real dad. I never said I was better than you, he said. You didn't need to. You just let Lily say it while you stood there soaking up the praise. Come on, man, don't make Lily suffer for something that got out of hand. I'm not making Lily suffer, I said. I'm holding her accountable for her choices. She chose you as her dad, now you get to be her dad. He hung up. Lily showed up at my house the following Sunday, looking exhausted, like she'd been working non-stop and barely sleeping. Dad, can we talk? She asked. Sure, I said. Come in. We sat in the living room and she started crying. I know I messed up, she said. I know what I said was wrong. Lily, I'm not mad at you, I said. I'm disappointed, but I'm not mad. Then why won't you help me with college? Because you made a choice, I said. You chose Tom as your dad. You told everyone I'd never done anything for you. You can't reject me as your father publicly and then expect me to keep funding your life privately. But I need help, she said. And Tom needs to provide it. He can't afford it, she said quietly. Lily, I said, let me ask you something. How much do you think I've spent on you over the years? I don't know, she replied. Between child support, insurance, your phone, school costs, activities, and the college fund, it's probably close to $200,000 over 18 years. Tom got you a car he couldn't afford and it got taken back. Do you see the difference? Lily stayed silent for a long time. I really screwed up, didn't I? She said at last. Yes, you did. Is there any way to fix this? Lily, this isn't just about hurting my feelings. You humiliated me in front of family, friends, and neighbors. You told everyone I'd never done anything for you. Do you have any idea how that felt? I'm sorry, she said. I know you are, but sorry doesn't erase what happened. Sorry doesn't change that you let Tom convince you to turn against me. So what happens now? She asked. Now you figure out how to pay for college without my help. You wanted Tom to be your dad. So Tom gets to handle your expenses. But he can't do what you did, she said. Then maybe you should have thought about that before deciding I wasn't good enough to be your dad. Lily left after that. She didn't argue or cause a scene. She just walked out looking defeated. It's been 3 weeks since then, and things have shifted. Lily's working full-time at the diner and has applied for extra student loans to cover her living costs. She's also applied for work-study programs at college to help with expenses. Tom, meanwhile, has been noticeably absent from the college funding discussion. Turns out, his ability to invest in Lily's future was limited to flashy gestures he couldn't actually back up. Laura calls me every few days, usually trying to guilt me about Lily's situation. Yesterday, she took a different approach. Lily's learned her lesson, she said. She knows she was wrong. Isn't that enough? Laura, this isn't about teaching Lily a lesson. It's about the fact that Lily made a choice. She chose Tom as her father figure. Now Tom gets to figure out how to support her. But Tom can't provide what you can, she said. Exactly, I said. And maybe Lily should have thought about that before she publicly rejected me. The truth is, I do feel sorry for Lily's situation. But I also know she's 18 and made an adult decision to humiliate me in front of everyone. Now she gets to deal with the adult consequences of that choice. Lily wanted Tom to be her dad, so Tom can figure out how to fund her college. I'm done being the financial fallback for someone who thinks I never did anything for them. I've got $91,000 I was planning to give to someone who valued me. Now I'm thinking about that fishing boat I've always wanted. Or maybe I'll invest it and retire a bit earlier. Either way, Lily made her choice at that graduation party. Now she gets to live with it.